I'm happy as fuck to have you here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, he came in from fucking Vegas a while back. He's been running his own show for fucking ever. Every time I see this motherfucker, he kills the goddamn stage. I had him featured for me, and I totally lost, and I'm good with that. Want to see a real funny motherfucker? It's his first time closing the goddamn bar. Put some energy up in this motherfucker. Let's make this thing happen. Bobby Ray Stokes, ladies and gentlemen.
What is going on, party people? How y'all feeling tonight? All right, lackluster. That's what we drove down here for. Let's try that one more again. How y'all feeling tonight? Much more better, man. I feel like a lot of y'all are staring at me trying to figure out what the fuck your mechanic's doing here right now. That's why y'all got uncomfortable. I got up here and you were like, shit, this finna be expensive. I don't even know what a cabin air filter is, but he said I gotta have it. But if this set don't go well, I will do your brakes in the parking lot. So, you're pretty accurate on that one. Hey, by round of applause, clap your hands if you have never been in an orgy. Clap your hands if you've never been in an orgy. Well, that's what it sounds like, you bunch of losers. You ought to try it sometime. A whole lot of fun. My favorite part about doing that joke is when only half of a couple claps. You know that's fitting to be an awkward car ride home. What, honey? It was college. I was experimenting. I put tape over my butthole. It was a good Christian time, you know. And I put the tape in up and down strips because X marks the spot. Fool me once. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know if you get uncomfortable, I don't know how to cope with it. I just make it worse. All right, here we go. Anybody in here ever had an orgasm while being choked? One guy, thanks. Nobody's ever got a nut while getting choked. Not one single person. All right, we got a couple of brave souls. Two of y'all are clapping. The first time it happened, did it scare you?
No.
No? You're a fucking soldier. This lady wants to die mid-nut. That's how. Don't stop till I stop struggling and start pumping on the chest.
That's what I said too.
Well, look here. The first time I ever had an orgasm while being choked, it scared the fuck out of me. And the cop that was trying to arrest me. He was like, get in the car. I was like, yes, daddy. I mean, officer. You make them handcuffs any tighter, gonna be a way bigger mess in this backseat. All right. You guys pull out easy. I don't. Glad to see Three Stacks here. That's pretty badass. Showed up dressed like Mario Van Peebles from Posse. That's a joke for everybody over 40. You dress like you have a horse tied to a parking block outside. It's like you're gonna pull a warrant on one of the comics after the show. I'm here to take you back to Tucson. Look here, y'all. I completely understand what I look like, okay? I understand that no matter how I dress, nor how I shape my facial hair, I will always look like I just got a pardon from Trump. Doesn't matter, no matter what you see when you look at me. Like, this is the default character. If the insurrection were a video game, this is the character you start out with. And then if you make it to Nancy Pelosi's office, you get the buffalo hat power up. I'm not that kind of redneck, y'all. I'm not at all. I don't believe in none of that shit. My grandfather and my great-great-grandfather, they ran moonshine. And then I watched my dad beat up cops. 100% seen him square up on a cop and win. And then Trump got elected, and this asshole started posting thin blue line memes. Like, you don't respect cops, you fight them. What the fuck? I don't agree with anything they did on January 6th. I don't, okay? Like, had they chose a different building, maybe they would have got my support. You know what I mean? What if they'd have raided the IRS? Fuck yeah, let them go. I ain't paid them shits in a while, let them go. If they got to GoFundMe, I'll buy supplies. I'll spend that money I ain't spending on them taxes. But no, they chose the building with the most fucking steps. Even if I supported the movement, I'd have made it halfway up, been like, fuck this, I'm a liberal now. I'm gonna head on back downstairs, help some trans kid transition or something. I like doing that joke because it splits the room. Some of y'all like, you better not make fun of a trans kid. The rest of y'all like, fuck it, let it fly. I don't even think they should shit inside. Let's do this. That's y'all's opinion, not mine. Don't put that evil on me. I'm here to let you guys know that I 100% support the trans movement, okay? If you are a trans person, you guys ever been so high that you had to open a window because the TV's too loud? About where I'm at right now. Goddamn slow metabolism. You think eat 6 or 7 cookies, they'd be digested by now. I do, I 100% support the trans movement, okay? If you're a trans person, 100% support you. I think that's amazing that you have chosen to be the you person truly believe that you are, okay? I will march with you. I will protest with you. Hell, I'll even throw rocks with you because somebody's got to be able to do it properly. A couple of disappointed dads clapping on me. 100% support the trans movement, or so I thought. Then I found out a piece of information that shook my support, y'all. I found out that when you transition from female to male, you get to choose your own penis size. What? My reaction exactly, sir. That don't sit right with me. You want my support, you better come in at 5.7 inches, national average. You packing the national average, let's roll, baby, let's hit them streets. But you get anything over 7, you're on your own, player, that's your fight. You gotta fight this battle all alone. I don't even think you should get to pick your own penis size. I think you should have to spin a wheel. I think that's the fairest way to do it. You just go to the doctor and they're like, all right, you're financing this on Klarna? Okay. Okay, it's been accepted. Spin the wheel. Whole time you're sitting there going, come on, black. Christians like to tell you that the trans movement ain't right because God don't make mistakes. Bullshit. I've seen what's in my underwear. He fucks up a lot. They'll tell you prayer fixes everything. Bullshit. If prayer fixed everything, y'all could trip over my dick from Cobb County. But no. He's got a whole inbox of unread emails he ain't paying attention to. That's why I stand before y'all today to let you know that I am transitioning from male to female, just so I can transition back and right where God has wronged me. Thank you.
Pioneer.
What's that?
You're a pioneer.
I don't know what it is. I'm just embarrassed about my dick, and whatever movement I got to jump into to get this shit right. Fucking A, no truck this big should have an axle that small, you know what I mean? Don't meet NTSB standards. I think we're all aware of it right now, man. I'm tired of AI. I'm tired of constantly being watched. You know what I mean? Like, it came out that we had an NSA agent constantly watching our phone And my immediate thought was like, this dude has about 700 hours of me jacking off. In 3-minute intervals, which is easier to store that way, I guess. I don't know. All the files. I was trying to tell my wife that everything we have listens to us. And she didn't fucking believe me. And I was trying to tell her, I was like, every app that you sign up for, you give it permission to listen to you at all times. And my wife was like, look, you got to quit getting stoned in the garage and learning about lizard people and shit. I was like, no, I get that. I understand. I get a little carried away. But this is real. You accept that. And she's like, bullshit. And I'm like, all right, whatever, drop it. So then we were living in Vegas at the time. And we got to talking about a Mexican restaurant that we like. It's called Leticia's. And we're talking about it. And we're like, all right, fuck it, we'll go in like an hour. Within a half hour, guess what popped up on our phone? Ad for Leticia's. And I was like, see, bitch, I told you they're listening. And then like an hour later, I got a phone call for a cash gig, good money. My wife looks at me and she goes, you gonna pay taxes on this one? I was like, hey, you remember the fucking Mexican ad from earlier? Goddamn dry snitching on us out here. So now that I think about it, what's with all these penis enlargement ads on my phone? You whispering into that fucker when I'm asleep? Like I do, I hate all the surveillance because I am a big fan of shoplifting.
Hell yeah.
100%. Now Target's using facial recognition. And it fucks off my game because I ain't a runner. So, I went about it with the Clark Kent way too. I was like, fuck it, I'll put on some sunglasses. I'll never recognize. Look here, I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I told my children. When it comes to shoplifting, you never ever steal from the little guy.
That's right.
But Walmart can fucking get it. One of the richest families on the planet, and they own the Denver Broncos. Fuck them, take them socks. I don't give a shit, all right? I can give you a multitude of reasons as to why you should steal from Walmart. 150 of them. Let's roll. You ready? Buckle up. Reason number one, you should steal from Walmart, okay? Reason number one, when Walmart came to your neighborhood, they shut down every mom and pop shop in your area, fucking up generational wealth. Fuck Walmart. Steal them socks. Reason number two, you should steal from Walmart. All right, they pay their employees a sub-poverty wage. Then they give them pamphlets on how to apply for government benefits. Whose pocket does that come out of? Yours. You're not a patriot if you don't steal from Walmart. Real patriots steal from Walmart, right? If you refuse to steal from Walmart, here's what you need to do. You need to walk right out to the parking lot, walk right up to your F-250, and take the nuts off the bumper, because neither you nor the truck got any balls. Reason number three, you should steal from Walmart. The other day I went to Walmart to get all the ingredients to make a salad, which I know is the least believable part of this story. And after I gathered up everything I needed, I went through some magical portal where I went from customer to employee. I had to ring up my own shit. And they ain't even have the common courtesy to show me where the employee discount button was. So I went back the next day, got myself a TV, rang it up with bananas. Fuck it. What are they going to do, fire me? It's only my second day.
All knowledge right here.
This is how you know I've been white trash for a long time, buddy. Look, if you're afraid to steal from Walmart because of all the surveillance shit, I totally understand, right? They use facial recognition and all that shit. They've got all our internet access and all that. But let's say you want to steal the old school way. All right, I'm going to put you up on game real quick. Let's say you want to get some steaks for the night. Okay? You walk into Walmart, you grab a buggy, walk right back to the steak aisle, get yourself a nice pack of ribeyes. Put them on the bottom of the cart. Then, saunter on over to the dog food aisle, get yourself a 50-pound bag of dog food, cheapest one you can find. Put it on top of the steaks. barcode up. Why would you do that? The fucker working the registers making $7 an hour. They ain't picking up shit over 10 pounds. You and Fido both finna eat good tonight. I did that joke in Cartersville. One redneck yelled out, "I ain't got a dog. I don't give a fuck." It's the premise of what we're doing. Okay, you ain't got a dog. So here's what you do. You walk into Walmart, put the steaks on the buggy, put the dog food on top of it, and on your way home, drop by the Animal Foundation, donate the dog food. Now you're Robin Hood. Only an asshole would turn you in at that point. I mentioned earlier that I did move from Vegas, and I'll be honest, it's kind of wild moving from somewhere where marijuana is legal to somewhere where it is once again not really legal. Like, it was neat. I could just walk into a dispensary and talk to some guy with dreads that hasn't bathed in 4 days, and then walk out with legal marijuana. It was great. The sketchiest part of it, though, was when you walk into the dispensary, it's the nicest, fanciest thing you've ever seen. Then you give them folks your money, and they send you down the scariest, most medical hallway ever to walk out of there. And as soon as you buy the weed and get in that creepy-ass hallway, you're like, I'm 100% sure they legalized this. 100% sure. You get the feeling like you're on To Catch a Predator. You're like, guaranteed there's a deputy dressed like a bush out there. He's gonna tackle me. The legalization of marijuana was pretty neat, like getting to live through it. It was fun being able to see that. Really is the best thing to keep guys like me off of schoolyards. You buy weed from a 30-year-old, you can't talk them down. I'm kidding. I can't be within 500 feet. It was crazy because they legalized marijuana on January 1st, 2017, which is rad. We're all adults. We should be allowed to smoke whenever, however we want to. The downside to this was that they didn't prepare our kids. You know what I mean? So as soon as they legalized weed, I tried to get high with my kids. Them pussies ain't got no kind of tolerance. You guys are like, hold on, he's really getting his kids high.
Hell yeah.
No, they don't do enough in chores to pitch in. But here's what happened, okay? December 31st, 2016, they're still teaching the DARE program. Then they legalized marijuana. And as you can imagine, a few days later, I got caught smoking in my garage. So then my kids, they tried to stage an intervention. They cornered me in the house and they were like, "Look, Dad, we're worried that if you don't stop smoking pot, you're gonna die." Like, yo, check this out. If I quit smoking pot, you're gonna die. And Uncle Bubba Kush, the only thing keeping you upright right now. Another cool thing about the legalization of marijuana out there is they quit drug testing for like regular jobs, or at least testing for marijuana. And I'll be honest with you, I think that drug testing is just a way of fucking with poor people. You know what I mean? I've never been to Burger King and just been pacing like, oh, I hope this fucker's sober. No, I hope he's just as high as I am. I'm wearing a Pink Floyd shirt. I'm trying to get it up there. Like, let's see. Sir, what do you do for a living? You're a bartender. That's the guy that sells the drugs. They don't drug test him. What about you, sir? What do you do for a living? You sell plastic. Ah, all right. Well, thanks to guys like you, there's plastic in my jizz. Thank you, sir. Pay attention to the news. I'm not just eating plastic and jacking off, y'all, for fuck's sake. Get with it. I do. Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't care that most people are high on the job. Like, which surgeon would you rather have? The surgeon that's had 9 cups of coffee and his fucking hands look like this? Or the surgeon that comes in reeking of weed? I want the high guy. He's got the steadiest hand. Sure, we got to talk about lizard people for 45 minutes before my surgery. Like, I don't even care if police officers are high on the job. In fact, I think it would make that job that much better. You know what I mean? Like, imagine how rad it would be to get pulled over by a cop that's just as high as you are. You know what I mean? You're just trucking along, cop pulls you over, he walks up to the window, and he's like, you know what I pulled you over for? You're like, no, sir. And he goes, fuck, me either. All right, we'll try this again next Tuesday, Officer Tony. Next time, don't make them handcuffs so tight. It made me come earlier. I think if we're going to change the way that we look at the results of drug tests when it comes to marijuana, we should do that with other drugs, and I think we could change the world. Seriously. Like crystal meth, for instance. I get it, you guys aren't on board. I've seen y'all laugh. Most of you have all your teeth, I understand. There's nothing glamorous about meth unless you have 24 hours worth of shit to do. When people do meth in Vegas, I'm like, I get it, you're on vacation. Why waste a third of it sleeping? Make the most of this trip. You know what I mean? But when you live in Ackworth, why the fuck are you doing meth? Everything closes at 10. Fuck. That's why you're staying in your cabinets at 2 a.m. and rebuilding your lawnmower at 4. And neither's done. But I think if we change the way that we look at the results of drug tests when it comes to crystal meth, we could change the world for real. Like, let's say O'Cracky McCrackerton decides to get his shit together, right? He decides to go get a normal job, and he walks in, and the guy's like, cool, you got to take a drug test. And then the guy takes the drug test, and the guy's like, and the manager's like, oh, you tested positive for meth, we can't hire you. Well, then what happens? He scampers off into the darkness to steal all the copper out of your AC while you're sleeping. But if we change the way we look at the results of these drug tests, we could change the world. Instead of being like, ooh, you tested positive for meth, you're a crackhead. What if they were like, ooh, you tested positive for meth, you'll work overtime. You're totally cool with 15-hour days. Just don't steal any shit. We're going to weigh you when you walk in, weigh you when you walk out. Other than that, welcome to the squad. We're going to save a shitload on dental. You know what I mean? Like, if you test positive for acid, they're like, oh, cool, welcome to the graphic arts department. Or if you test positive for heroin, they just give you a harmonica and go, here, you'll figure it out. I find myself watching a lot of TV these days. Never been a big fan of watching TV. And I find myself watching like the worst types of television. I watch a lot of reality television, and not because I'm like bored or anything. It just makes me feel better. You know what I mean? Like, I'll sit there and watch that show called My 600-Pound Life. And I have the nerve to talk shit about them fat fucks. Meanwhile, I am sweating, standing still. And I got to take a break halfway up the stairs. But at least I ain't got to go to the hospital on a wrecker, so I'm doing good. I get the feeling a little down on myself about how dirty the house is or whatever, and I'm just having a lazy day, and I'm like, man, I need to clean this fucking place up. But then I'll click it over to A&E, and there's Hoarders. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing so bad. And my wife will start bitching about the mess. She's like, you need to clean up. I'll point at the TV like, bitch, you need some perspective. Because I have never been doing laundry and found a dead cat. I think we're doing all right. And then there's one show I really love to watch because I feel like I have a little bit of a drug problem at times. It's a TV show called Intervention. Okay, and if you don't know what intervention is or how it works, let me set it up for you. Basically, one person is having entirely too much fun. And then his 4 most boring friends try and put that shit to a stop. Sometimes I watch this show because I feel like I got a little bit of a drug problem. You know what I mean? A couple weeks ago, I spent about $400 on weed and was like, man, I got to get my shit together. And then I watched Intervention, and one dude was scratching his chest talking about, I suck dick for vodka. I was like, man, I got my shit together, y'all. Hell, I just found out I could save $400. I've been doing addiction wrong all this time. I don't know if some of y'all are uncomfortable because I would sell my mouth for $400. Or if you feel like I'm undervaluing this mouth, both of which I appreciate. Both. Now, there's one show that I watch, and there's two reasons that I watch it. One of them, I'm from Mississippi, all right? Nobody ever woos that, thank you. Unless you got out of there too, in which case, woo. And the other reason I think I can do it is because I made it to Weeblo in Boy Scouts.
Yeah, me too.
You did too. Well, then you're going to agree with me on this one. There's been enough sexual scandals around the Boy Scouts, perhaps we shouldn't call them Weeblos anymore. Be mad at me, talk to the Boy Scouts of America. Did you get your I Can Keep a Secret badge too? You didn't get that far. They knew you were a liability, that's why. This one talks too much. Kick him out, doesn't it? The show I'm talking about is a TV show called Naked and Afraid. All right? Anybody else watch Naked and Afraid? A few of y'all, you watch it, sir. Do you think you can do it?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You're a better man than I am.
I want somebody to pee in the river and the other person was drinking water out.
That's not. I would let half of this room pee directly on my face after 4 shots of Jameson. That way, I'm not even going to tell you which half. I'll let you fight amongst yourself. That part wouldn't bother me. And yes. If you don't know what Naked and Afraid is about, let me explain it to you real quick. All right, what they do is they take 2 complete strangers. All right, then they strip them down, butthole naked, drop them off in the middle of the wilderness to survive for 21 days. And I'll be honest with you, I think that this show was started by some weirdo with an underwear fetish. Because you just strip naked, put him in his Toyota, and he peels off. And you never get your underwear back. I love the show. I really do think I can do it. And I daydream about it. And every person gets to bring 1 tool with them, like 3 stacks. If you were on Naked and Afraid, what 1 tool would you bring with you? A flint. All right, my guy's going to start a fire. Smart thinking. What about you, sir? What would you bring with you? What's that? What is it? Rubs? Rope. Look, I have too much of a southern accent to be yelling out rope, all right? My southern accent fucked off my BDSM fund. Oh, I'm going to tie her up. No, sir, we can't let you have it. All right, you bring rope, smart man. What about you, sir? What would you bring? A knife? You guys are basic as fuck. I like it. I think about this all the time, right? Because I really want to be on the show. I daydream about what I would bring. Flint's genius, rope's genius, knife's genius. Daydream about it all the time. Maybe I'd bring a mosquito net. Keeps the bugs off of you and you can go fishing with it, right? That's genius. I really want to be on the show, guys. But I'm also terrified to be on the show. Because I'm worried that for the first time in the history of cable television, they're going to have to blur out a man's titties because I'm too fat. All because I violate some shoulder to nipple ratio I didn't know existed. Now the FCC is like, that's more than 4 inches. We got to put some pixels on that titty. And what makes it twice as embarrassing is my belly hangs low enough they wouldn't have to blur out my dick, you know? So I think the 1 tool I would bring with me would be a t-shirt. Extra long too, I'm going 90s hip-hop style with it. I've watched so much Naked and Afraid that I've started like thinking of new scenarios because I've seen them in the woods, I've seen them in the tundra, I've seen them in the jungle, I've seen them in the desert. And I think I need to make it a little more dangerous. I think it's time to up the ante. I think we need to do Naked and Afraid in an elementary school. You judgmental fucks, hear the rules first. What do I mean by that? If you're on Naked and Afraid, Clark Creek Elementary School. You cannot get seen. You gotta operate under the cover of darkness. You can have all the rectangle-shaped pizza you want. But the first time a kid sees your dick, you gotta register. All right, guys, I'm Bobby Wayside, 621.
Everybody make one goddamn noise around us. First over here in the fucking bar. Bobby Wayside. Hey, you will be doing this shit again, I goddamn guarantee you. Ladies and gentlemen, well, that's the end of the show. The bar ain't fucking closed. There's more shit to do downstairs. Thank each and every one of you motherfuckers for coming.